So, all right, sync. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, so we just got done finishing another video, our first Deadly Premonition video, and I pitched the show to you a little earlier. We've known each other for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Going on 10 years now, I think.
God, yes. Well, let's see. We met in...
Well, here, let's go ahead and start this up.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to hand this control over to you so I can kind of lead the discussion while you're... It's kind of like a half podcast, but we're also going to be playing games, so it's a little visually interesting. And we were originally actually going to do Kingdom Hearts 2, but we can't find it because Evan's still unpacking his stuff.
So instead we're going to play FF102, which is actually a game I was playing around the time that I met Zach. I'd rented it at like one of the last Hollywood videos that was in existence.
The one that you used to live near.
Yeah, down in Garland.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. It's not a great game, but it is a blast to play.
Yeah.
Anyway, I met Zach in the fall of 2006. It was right in the beginning of my senior year.
Okay, so
I graduated in 2007.
So yeah, I was trying to figure it out because I met you through another friend of ours named Amber.
Yeah.
And she came over to Saxe, which is the high school I was at, during her sophomore year.
Yeah.
And she was someone that you knew during your freshman year before she went over.
We used to call her Cherry Blossom, which was
because she was redheaded, right?
Yes, an apt nickname.
So, and she introduced me to you through that, and back then, you were. Best description is a weeaboo.
I was a person who had not had the best kind of life in terms of socialness, but due to high school, I was actually starting to come into my own a bit.
So what's happening right now in the game now? Hey.
Oh, we went to the first island, and they're having to get some sort of signal or some crap. I don't know.
Is this Japanese or English audio?
This is English audio.
Okay.
This is the one with Tara Strong.
Why are you...
Did I just attack?
I was wondering if you did that or if
That's awesome.
Nice going, Evan. You're a real teammate.
Anyway.
But anyways, yeah. Okay, so I guess this is my curiosity. It wasn't long after I met you that we started doing video stuff.
True.
Do you remember what the first video we did was?
I don't.
It was Anime Broadcast Network, Episode 1, The End.
That was the first one, really?
I think so.
Wow.
Because it was with your ex-girlfriend, who we're not going to name.
Yeah.
It was right after that, because actually, I think it was like the second time we ever hung out. We were with Amber and somebody else. And they had gone to a store to try on clothes. And we were just sitting there. It's like, I just went over to you and said, I have this idea for a thing. It's a sketch show based on anime. And now that I say that to you now, how close was that idea to what the final product was?
Are you kidding me? Let's ignore our terrible execution of what we had planned. The stuff that we planned was nowhere near a sketch variety show.
I wonder how safe this is.
Like, what did we have? We had, like a newscast kind of thing.
It was called Anime Broadcast Network. It was really called Anime News Network, but that was taken.
Sadly.
So our idea was basically, it was a newscast where like the different news segments were skits.
Yeah.
I was 15 or 16 at the time. You were...
I was 17, turning 18.
17, turning 18. So, of course, we had a lot of experience.
17, going on 18. Sorry.
So, of course, we had a lot of experience with doing video stuff. And, yeah, our first video was ABN. So, I was going to say, I had a curiosity. Were you doing video stuff before that at all?
We had done one. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, let's try that.
There you go.
Okay. I had done one for my classical guitar class. I had also done another one for my health class. So I had done two. The first one was for guitar class, was based on we were doing a song about the Battle of Gentitas. And my teacher wanted us to
actually, I think that was the first video we did, wasn't it?
It might have been.
It was either ABN or it was Battle of Gentitas.
I know that one had
Who's there?
Cullen, and what's his name from my guitar class?
Remember that name?
Oh my god.
Here, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
Girl.
This is... It's weird, like, we were recording Deadly Premonition before this, and even, like, at, like, volume's at 7 right now. Deadly Premonition was at 10, it was still fucking loud.
Yeah. It's a good TV.
Anyways,
We did the Treaty of Gentitas. And you were in the Don't Smoke video that I did for health class. That one was great.
Yeah, but didn't we do ABM before that?
I don't know, maybe.
Because I was in both of them.
We did those around that time.
And you had your own video.
But no. We definitely did the smoking video first because the wig I used for the British in that was the first time we'd used that wig.
Okay, yeah.
We used it again for the ABN for what was his name?
Emo Ninja?
No, it was for what we had Lena do. The person who was like the poetry. Remember when I hit her with the book?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll have to censor out that name, but
Oh no. But yes.
yeah.
So we definitely did this no smoking video first. Which to this day I still think is probably one of our best videos from that time.
From that, yeah, which is not saying much. Those are really
isn't.
horrible videos. But so one of the first things that we did was, but you had a plan for another video, which you shared with me,
What was it?
and it had something to do with what we're doing right now.
Oh yes, my Final Fantasy fan film where they were all in high school and it was their last year together, so they were throwing a big party. And I just
yeah.
I wrote down so much of that, dude. I had almost the entire thing written out.
Do you still have it?
No, I don't. Oh, well, actually, I may have the journal somewhere around here, but I don't remember anything of it.
I would love to see that.
I was gonna have all my friends playing the different characters.
So that was for. I guess at this point we're doing this for currently Metal Ray Media. We change names every few years, it seems.
Items aren't the only thing.
The first thing that we did was your thing. It was
Elliptical Studios.
Elliptical Studios, which I guess we should go ahead and say now, or I guess I'll go ahead and say now. I hated that name
Why?
because it was misspelled.
Yeah, I know about the misspelling, but that could have been easily fixed.
Yes, and I told you about the misspelling when we were doing it, and you said it looked cooler.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh
yes, you
my
did.
god.
I told you back when you worked at the pizza place that Elliptical Studios is misspelled.
No, don't worry about it, bro. It's totally awesome. Don't worry.
You're such a fuck back then.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the original reason I wanted to play Kingdom Hearts was because another earlier video that we did back then was Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
Yep.
Right?
Yes, we did a redub of Chain of Memories Rebirth, the opening scene of the second game in there, where he plays Riku.
Yeah. And it was the only time we had planned it up. We have a person coming in and leaving who had a bunch of paint on her face.
Anyway.
We actually had planned several dubs, and you actually planned to do the entire game, I think, didn't we?
Yep.
Which
there were only like 4 or 5 cutscenes in that game, because it was the Game Boy game.
Yeah.
Their GBA one.
And it had full 3D cutscenes, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It had 2 or 3 in the first chapter. And then in the second game there was, I think 2.
Yeah.
The rest of it was all sprite.
This is very early YouTube too, I think. This would be 2005, 2006.
Yeah. Well, it was my graduating year at this point, so it would be 2007.
Okay. At that point, yeah. But when we first started, it would have been like 2006.
Yes. That was really early YouTube. That was like before YouTube became known for
Yeah.
being
I
what
think-
people became famous for.
And I'll tell you this. The first video I did was also with your ex, called Sailor Ninjas. It was when we were on vacation in Colorado, and we didn't have any internet, so we just took a video. I had a bunch of Naruto episodes, and we edited it together in an anime music video.
Oh no.
That was the first video I did that I ever posted. I made videos before that, but they are gone to history.
Thank goodness.
They were on my first video camera, which I'm now on, I think, my 6th.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we were filming, it was using my second video camera that I ever owned. I think so.
This music reminds me of Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle so much. It's ridiculous.
Well,
It's from that era, so it's not surprising.
No. Dreamcast is much earlier than this.
Yeah, I guess so.
Dreamcast was kind of in that little middle area.
I wish we'd gotten more from the Dreamcast, to be perfectly honest.
They're still making games for it.
Seriously? How?
Some people are.
Wow.
Anyways, so we did ABN. We did 2 episodes of that.
Yep.
I don't even know how we got to the second episode, but we did 2 episodes of that.
Sheer force of will.
And for a long time, we kind of basically what we would do is we would ride fads.
Yep.
Because right after we did that, we went on to Sailor Moon Abridged.
Which I think was actually still pretty good.
It was pretty good for a time. A lot of the humor I watched in it. By the
It's
way,
dated.
Hell, we made 3 episodes, and 2 of the episodes have been taken down due to copyright claim. The only episode that's left, I checked earlier, is episode 2.
Which is the one that got everybody really riled against us, because at the time, after we recorded it all, but just before we released it, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged episode that had the similar joke to us came out.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah, it was like a censoring joke, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the one where she had a long string of words that she said, and we would bleep out every other one. So it sounded like she was going on a long swearing chain.
Yeah. Which, of course, is a totally original joke that's never been done before.
Ever.
But we did 3 episodes of that. We also had planned to dub more. We'd actually worked on dubbing Orin High School Host Club around the same time.
What were we thinking?
I even got the raws to it too.
What were we thinking?
So what's going on in the game right now?
We're chasing after LeBlanc and her 2 little boys.
And changing all the outfits.
Oh yeah, because that's all this game is, man.
Which it takes forever for like. You did like 3 full cutscenes of changing outfits, shoot one thing.
Yep. It's because this game is awesome.
And we're kind of skipping around a bit. We did some videos in between. We did a parody video with some action figures,
Which I loved.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
The Bleach one.
We did some PSAs for your class. God, I don't want to look it up now just because I don't want to like have a bunch of dead air. But we did a bunch of videos in between, and I think after that we decided that Elliptical Studios had its run at that point.
Because we hadn't made like a proper video in like a whole year.
Yeah, and we're trying to be a bit better about that, especially now that we have a lot more time on our hands, and I'm not living an hour away.
Yep.
Now I'm only living 20 minutes away. Yay. But at that point, we basically had said, well, we had gotten our run from this. It kind of got to the point where we were only just making fan stuff.
Yeah.
And while we continued to do that afterwards, we didn't want it to be our only focus.
It was really annoying, to be honest.
Yeah. Like, we had a lot of stuff connected to that channel, which you can still find. I don't think you ever took it down.
No, it's still up there.
Which I told you to take it down.
I thought you had said you had already taken it down. So I just went ahead and forgot all the password information.
Do you know any of the password information?
I don't think so.
I still do.
Maybe. In any case, it's still linked to my old email address, so I can still get in and reset it all.
But
And
at
take
this
it down.
point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
You
we
can
already went and showed everybody what it was
Yeah.
at Showtime Say.
Yeah, we did do that, and that killed the crowd. Like that, I think it's just because we were going to our third hour at that point, and like people were just dead anyway. So it's like, oh,
But hey, at least our co-hosts know where we came from now.
yeah.
They were loving it.
So from there, we went on to Metal Ray Productions, which is kind of where we.
Where we are now,
Oh,
for
not
the most part.
for the most part. And then we did, and like I said, for a long time, we just fad hopped.
Yep.
From there, we went to online reviewing, where we did Evan and Zach Look At.
Which I think we got a good 2 or 3 episodes out of.
Yeah, we got about we did like 3 episodes,
Yeah.
and then we did like 4 Christmas episodes, and then it got to that point where it's like we just did 4 episodes in a row in like the span of 4 weeks, and it's like I think we both reached the same point at the same time, which was just like I have no interest in doing this
Yeah.
anymore. This is not fun. Writing it's not fun. Watching all this shit's not fun. I just don't want to do this anymore.
The one thing I wish I had continued doing from that was actually the singing reviews.
Yes, singer reviews was another thing that we were doing at the time, and
I really wish I had kept doing that, just because it seemed like an interesting idea, but it was just exhausting
yeah,
getting all that stuff together.
and yeah, that's around that point is when we started to really heighten our production value, where we actually started to put stuff together,
Yeah.
got proper equipment a lot of the time, and actually started adding stuff on actual programs like Adobe Premiere, which fun. And I'm going to be asking you trivia questions about our life throughout this.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name the first thing we ever edited on Adobe Premiere?
First thing we ever edited on Adobe Premiere.
I think this would be CS2 or CS3 at the time, so this would be about 2008, 2009.
I would have been in college at this point. I'm gonna say Sailor Moon Abridged.
I believe that is correct.
Yeah.
It's either Sailor Moon Abridged episode 1 or episode 2. Because episode 1 was at least partially edited on Windows Movie. Which a lot of the stuff in the early days was
Yeah,
there.
I remember that first one or two.
Can you name the first thing we ever recorded in a recording studio?
First thing that we ever recorded in an actual recording studio was Sailor Moon Abridged episode 3, I think.
Did we do episode 3?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We definitely did episode 3 at the school.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think so. And we released episode 3, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and we have the audio for episode 4, I think, don't we?
Somewhere, if you still have it. I mean,
I have it somewhere.
This is the part where
I have all our stuff from that still. I have the script from the episode that we never made too.
yeah. So what's one of your favorite memories from our productions?
I think recording Sailor Moon Abridged, the actual like voice recording. I think that was the fun. I'd actually have to say, anytime we did audio recording was probably some of my favorite memories from that. Because we used to do it in your closet,
Yeah.
and we still do it in your
And
closet.
we would
but
just goof around until we found something that was
you had
hilarious.
you had a $7 little microphone that you could clip to your
Yep.
thing, and you would just put it in your closet, like at head height. Like, how would you put it up there?
I think we taped it onto the wall or something.
Something like that. And your computer was right next to the closet,
Yeah.
so we would just record it like that.
No, we would hold it. I remember. We held it at
Yeah.
height in our arm, and we would just say and speak into it.
So
Probably one of my favorite memories from our productions is actually the first Shirotaka Say. Because, I mean, that day, we were going up there, we expected there to be maybe like 5 people
yeah,
in line. And we go up there, and it's packed. Like,
it actually, I do remember that we went up there, and we thought that they were lining up for the next
for
panel.
something else.
Yeah.
And we're like, what are you in line for? Shirotaka Say? Really? Well, was a lot of fun, and so that now we just make it a tradition where every single year we just stand in line with the crowd
Yeah, we did.
and act really excited. Let's see, am I supposed to go this way? Ugh.
So are you still chasing after LeBlanc?
Yeah, I'm trying to beat them up to the top. They have like 5 minutes till they get up there. I need to heal my team. Let's see.
I think we have a lot of. I actually do want to talk about another thing in production. We have a video or two that don't exist anymore. That
Yeah.
we did record. One of those, and probably one of my favorite memories, just from actual recording, is Space Invaders.
Oh my gosh, Space Invaders! We did that. One of the guys in my art class had been part of this movie marathon thing where they all had to make a film, and I guess he hadn't put one together, or he didn't know what to do, so he asked us to make one. So we made Space Invaders for him, like in 24 hours.
Technically, the first film I ever directed
Yep.
was Space Invaders, in which two guys saw some weird thing, which was just a bunch of concrete blocks.
There's those concrete blocks out behind my house, yeah.
And it's like, oh, what is this? Oh, blah, 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 something from space. And then they run into an alien. They run away. I faceplant, and
Comet Gold. Yeah, and like we made it up on the spot, like why he was there, right? Because he was coming for like candy-coated popcorn or something,
something like that.
Because we just happened to have that there.
And the
like,
alien was just your friend
Ryan.
Your friend Ryan with a pull tube in his sleeves. And that was it. That was your entire thing.
It was the greatest thing we ever did.
I don't know if you remember this,
What?
but back when you were living with your mom in her apartment that was like 2 floors, I randomly came over to you one day and said, I need to take a bunch of pictures of you.
Yeah, that's what the ninjas do.
That's what the ninjas do. That was the video that actually helped me get into a bunch of editing stuff.
Yep.
And that was the video that will lead us into another part that we kind of skipped over. That was actually indirectly led me to meeting Eric.
Really?
Because, okay, so the setup is I was part of a computer class, and one of the lessons were we need to make a music video using only pictures in Windows Movie Maker. Of course, at that point, that was around the time that we were making Sailor Moon Bridge Episode 3. So I'd already used Adobe Premiere and I'd already used Audacity to already edit stuff, and for that, at that point, I'd been using Windows Movie Maker for about 4 years. So I was already like, everybody else, he just wanted a slideshow to go along with some music. And it's like, that's boring. I've already done that. I'm going to actually make a video.
Yeah.
And so I went over to Evan and said, I want you to put your t-shirt on like a mask, like a ninja mask, and we're just going to photograph you doing a bunch of stuff. And we only got about halfway done, but I used half those pictures, and I just found a bunch of pictures on the internet, and I put it to, That's What the Ninjas Use by Irritating Rainbow. And my teacher loved it. Like, because it was the only project that, in that class, that wasn't 6 pictures put to a 3-minute long video, or a 3-minute long song. That was actually synchronized and edited together to go with the song. It was shitty, but it was done.
It worked.
And he basically talked to me afterwards, said, you seem like you really want to be an editor. I have a friend who does movie stuff. You should give him a call sometime. I said, yeah, sure. And that's when we got in contact with a guy named Eric, who, better or worse, he was our first experience in the actual movie industry.
And he did give us some actual real experience in a recording studio.
Yeah, that was the first time we ever went to the recording studio. Falconer Studio, which I was talking online to some people about Dragon Ball Z. Do you know why it's called Falconer Studio?
Why?
The person who does all the music for Dragon Ball Z is named David Faulkner.
Huh.
So he's the guy it's his studio. And we might have actually met him. We went to Faulkner Studio and we actually recorded some voices with him with I wish I could remember her name.
It was the voice of Frieza.
Voice of Frieza from Dragon Ball Z.
Lovely woman too. It was crazy when she actually started doing it for us too. Cause
Yeah.
just the sweet.
She was in her 50s at that point.
Yeah,
I think.
the sweet kind of elderly woman, and then this voice just came out of her when we told her we didn't actually believe her. Oh, it was crazy.
I loved talking to her. She was a great woman.
She was so cool.
And that was, of course, my first experience with actual voice acting. We had
Yeah.
done 10 Minute Bridge before that, and it was
Not to that caliber.
not
at
to,
all.
not to that caliber. We've gotten better over the years. We're doing podcasts now and stuff like that, and we've trained our voices. But at that point, it was not
Yeah,
where it
it
needed to
just
be.
was not ready to go.
Though he loved you. He loved your mixed impression, which was funny because he was.
I want to touch her, man. I remember that.
He was a Hispanic guy, and he loved your impression of a Mexican. So fair's fair.
Hey, it worked.
And then after that, we worked with him again on his 48-hour movie festival, which I think is still online. It's called Takeout,
Yeah.
which I was an extra in, and you were. It's weird. I was a physical extra who had absolutely no lines. You were a supporting character
Yeah.
who had a ton of lines,
But never saw my face.
never actually appeared really on camera. You saw from the back, but yeah. So we went down to Austin for that. I think you took the cab.
I took the train. I'm sorry, I took the bus. I took like an overnight bus because I'd been with my brother in like near Friona at that time where he lived. Because I had no idea about it, and then when I heard from you, I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I gotta get down there." So I spent like about $100 and got down there, and that was an absolute blast. That house was cool. The people were great. It was all around just an amazing time.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we haven't gotten to really talk to him ever since. I talked to him very briefly, like 4 or 5 years ago. But
He seems to have had some small success. He's directed a couple of films. And,
yeah,
you know,
good enough guy.
stuff goes
But
on.
after that, that's when we really started doing our Metal Ray stuff. We did the reviews for a little while. We did Dr. Mask Movie Magic, which was a fun enough series, but I think the problem is we kind of ran out of stuff to do.
Yeah.
We did like 4 episodes, and it's like, wait, we actually don't know all that much about filming.
Special effects are difficult.
We knew how to make sparks, how to do fake wounds, how to do fake blood, and something else.
You sure? I thought that was it.
That might have been it.
That Sparks episode, though, dude.
Yeah,
When we
that
got
was
on
fun.
The street, that was great.
We could probably do like an art project just on that.
Yeah. So that was pretty fun.
We did just a lot of interviewing stuff. At that point, I was in college too.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing the Metal Ray Radio at
Yep.
that point at community college. And we were doing interviews with some very good people.
Got to do David Hayter.
David Hayter is still one of my favorites. Cinema Snob,
Yeah.
who I thought would actually, I thought he wouldn't be a very good interview. Beyond David Hayter, probably one of my favorites.
Oh, he was absolutely wonderful. And he was, well, like he was just so genial. He's probably the one that we actually were buddy with the best during the interview.
Yeah, we had a few other interviews with a few other people who were definitely very nice, but not as interested in talking to us.
He just got a rapport going with us instantly. It was great.
Yeah.
Who was that guy with the glasses was also excellent at that.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course,
He let us interview all of his different egos and the personas, and it was wonderful.
yeah, he was definitely a fun guy to talk to. And then from there, we decided that at that point that we just kind of wanted to stop doing all the reviewing stuff, and we just wanted to work on our own stuff.
Yep.
We'd still kind of do the kind of review here and there in like kind of a general sense, but at this point, we're really starting to ramp up we've said this several times, we're starting to ramp up production, stuff like that, and then something happens, we have to stop.
Yep.
But we really are trying to like focus more on actually making stuff on a more regular basis.
Which is good since I'm now on a more regular working schedule, which is a big.
You're
thing
on a regular working schedule that
hurt a
actually
lot.
pays.
Yeah. The money and the schedule are going to impact things a huge amount.
And I'm looking into jobs right now, and that's the only. I guess now that we're at the current point, I should say that like at this point, I'm not really like we might not ramp up production too much yet, just because I'm still looking for a job at this point. I'm currently unemployed, going to school right now, so it might not be as quick as I would like it to be, but we are looking into a lot of stuff. We're doing more Let's Plays now. The only thing that's really holding us back is that, like, we can only really record at this point, like, now.
Yep.
Like, on Saturday and Sunday, and maybe Friday night.
Yeah.
And...
Well, and one of the things we're working on is hopefully getting me some sort of mode of transportation or getting my ride off earlier, so I'll be home probably around 5.
Yeah.
We'll be able to do that stuff a lot more easily, because right now I'm getting home at like 7.
Yeah.
And I have to be in bed by 10.
Yeah, and that just sucks.
Very little time.
And I had some, like, last retail jobs, and those have just not been very fun. But we are looking into stuff like, we're looking into Let's Plays. We have some live action shows that we're working on.
Got some animation that we're working on too.
And we got some animation that we're looking into.
I can't wait to get started on it.
We're looking into stuff like Patreon, but of course we need to get a little bit more of a rapport before we ask people for money.
There's gonna be some cool stuff coming. Though.
Yeah, fingers crossed at this point. Like, I'm not even like a betting man, but fucking at this point we've basically kind of the point of this video I wanted to do was I wanted us to be able to take a look back at what we did. Yeah. We've done a lot. We've done really terrible stuff. We've done
that's the majority of it.
We've done some stuff that's actually worth note.
Yeah.
We've done some stuff that's actually both stuff that is very terrible, but also kind of is
awesome in its own way.
Yeah, like Sailor Moon Bridge. It's not very funny. It's not well edited, but it was still.
But it just has its charm on its own.
It has the charm of like this was made in 2009, and it has that stink of 2009.
It is very much a timepiece. Yes. Do you remember? What was it? I can't remember now. Damn it.
What?
I can't remember. Right around the time we were making Sailor Moon Abridged, there was another. That's right. There was another person who was doing Sailor Moon Abridged.
Oh, it was like
Megumi something, and like everybody was trying to compare her to us, and it was like, guys, this is 2 entirely different shows. We're a bunch of dudes in a room making voices, and she's just a chick who's going out and writing her own stuff.
That was one of our first rules whenever we discussed making it, was that we would not have
all guys.
It was all guys.
All guys.
Like, we would only bring a girl in if she was going to do a
masculine voice.
Male character's voice. We would not have any girls playing any female roles. And yeah. Like,
and I still stick by it. I think today that's even a funny decision.
Like, and I don't know if we'll discuss a little bit afterwards about some ideas I've had, but I do have some ideas related to that too that we might end up doing. And to kind of end it off here, we actually do have some other plans, because a lot of our career has been fan stuff, and in the recent years, I'll wait till we're outside of a cutscene to really talk about it.
Well, I mean, we tried to get away from that for a while. We tried to distance ourselves from the fan aspect, because it is very much a niche market.
Yeah, and we felt that we can't really expand if we're just focusing on other people's works in tertiary roles. But the thing is, we kind of realize, especially nowadays, in seeing how fandoms have affected people, that fandoms can be good, and doing fan works can help. So we've been, we're not going to really talk about it too much yet, because there's a chance it might not even come out.
I think we can pull it together, but let's wait for a big reveal on it.
Yeah, so we are working on some fan-related stuff again, but not in a main role. It's something that we're working on the side that we think people might enjoy. So we might even see a return to some of the Sailor Moon stuff.
Yeah, you never know.
And we might see
that area is ripe for parody.
Yeah,
especially with the new release coming out.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, we're coming on to next year will be a full decade that we've known each other and that we've been working together.
Yeah.
And I think we've gone through a lot, and
that would be, if going into next year, if few more videos like this one that we're doing now and this one that we just recorded earlier.
Yep.
Add those if you add those together, and probably the next videos that we're gonna be making pretty soon that we already have on the cutting board. That'd be like over 100 videos we've made together.
Yep.
Because I think we have between like 60 and 80 on our Metal Ray page.
Yep.
And then we have about 20 to 40 on our Elliptical Studios page.
Yep.
So that's a lot of videos.
That's a good amount, not considering stuff that we've little things that we made for other studios.
Yeah.
So and you know what? I don't even care. I would love for us to actually get a production thing going, start making an actual
But
studio of it.
to be honest, like I just enjoy doing these videos.
Yeah, it's fun.
I want to do more. Like that's why I'm so like neurotic about it. I want to do more. I want to be able to be paid to go every day and just make videos that entertain people. That's if people go to my webpage that I have on my resume, it's like my big thing is I'm an entertainer. I like entertaining people.
Exactly.
I like making videos that people enjoy.
That's fun.
It's what I love doing, and like getting to do with your friends, fucking fantastic.
Even if we never get insanely big at it, because I doubt we're going to become as huge as like Rooster Teeth or something like that.
Rooster Teeth.
But even if that doesn't happen, man, as long as we can find time to continue doing this stuff,
Yeah.
life's good.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Yep.
Anyway,
So yeah, thanks for joining me in this post video at your house.
thank you. It's a nice house to have. If we could just get everything packed up.
Yeah, it's still half messy here because you're still unpacking
Half
stuff.
messy is a kind way to look at it. Yes, it's it's moving on in life.
Yep.
It's a good day.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Here's to another 10 years.
I'll kill you by then. See you guys.
Take care.